Hey guys, this is Scope here. Welcome to Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine, the bonus glitches episode. That's right, so it's finally here. Alright, so we're going to go back to our old save file here, and pretty much we're going to show off a bunch of glitches in this episode. I'm just going to start off by saying I am post-commentating, because this would be a bitch to record my voice with live, so we're just going to do it in post-production. So, we're going to start off by showing our first glitch, which is how to walk underwater without using the log when Delfino Plaza is flooded, so you could do this anytime. And as you saw down there, I had a 5 out of 10. That's going to be the difficulty meter for these glitches, or how to perform them. If you know the right way to do this one, it's not actually that tough. I'd probably lower the difficulty to about 2 out of 10 if you know the exact right spot to go in, but otherwise, it's about 5 out of 10 if you're trying it your first time. That's what all of these are kind of based off of, doing them your first time, how hard they would be. So, to walk underwater without the log, what you want to do is you want to go up here behind the Shine Gate. And you want to get in this water. Now, I have failed a few times here, but I'm just going to show it off, just to show how difficult it can be at times. So, any day now, we could jump into the water. What you want to do is you want to go up next to this gate and just start pressing B to swim, or A to swim. I forget which button it is, but just press the button to swim forward. And as you see, I performed it correctly there, but I bonked my head on the wall. So now we're just walking underwater in this little lake. But that's not what we want. We want to fall down below and be able to walk under the whole entire Delfino Plaza. So, you know, you just keep trying. You want to do it at the top. And what you want to do is, okay, see, there I messed up. And this will happen a lot. You'll bonk your head and you'll fall down into the sewer below the town. You don't want to do that. So here's how I did it correctly. You want to go right in between the two middle planks here, start swimming, and eventually you will fall down here. And this is how you want to do it. So now it's just like when the town was flooded and you go into the log. Now you can walk under Delfino Plaza, slide around, blah, 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 and pretty much just do anything to your heart's content. Now, boats, they count as solid objects all the way down to the ocean floor, so you can run into those. It's kind of funny. Anyway, this is useful, too, because if you want to get the 100 coins and the shine appears way out here, you can actually get it from underwater, which is what I was going to try to do here. The shine's not here, but I try to do it anyway, is you can triple jump, and once you go above the water, you can back kick off that and float over to the top of that thing. So that's useful, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, as soon as you touch the surface of the water, the glitch is undone, and you will be back to normal gravity, as you're going to see here. I'm going to jump out, and boom, you're back in the water. Alright, so let's move on to the second glitch. This one is in Bianco Hills, and I call this the Bianco Hills Rocket Ghost Super Skydive. Now, as awesome as it sounds, it's actually really easy. 0 out of 10, because there is no way you can fail this shine, no matter what you do. This glitch, I mean. So you want to pick episode 8, Red Coins on the Lake. There we go. And this one, there's no way you can fail it. As long as you do it right, there's no way to mess up, no luck involved. It's very easy. And it's also one of the most awesome ones because it has a really cool effect. So you just want to head over to where the rocket nozzle is and get that. That's the first thing you want to do. So while we've got a little bit of downtime here, I do want to mention that I want to give a huge thanks to Argon Matrix, who me and him spend, you know, quite a few nights on Skype because we record our co-ops and whatever. And we've played a lot of Sunshine, and he helped me figure out a lot of these glitches. A lot of them he figured out himself, and we haven't even seen it on the wiki or anything. We actually figured out a lot of these glitches by ourselves, just by, you know, fucking around. So huge thanks to him. He helped me perform and figure out a lot of these glitches, so huge thanks to him. Anyway, so you want to just get the rocket nozzle, and for some reason I'm just being stupid here, and I'm being a dumbass and can't get up onto the rope. But yeah, once you get the rocket nozzle, you want to get up onto this rope and not let go. That's probably a stupid thing to do. But get up here with as much water as you can, hopefully a full tank. And then what you want to do is just come to around the middle here. It doesn't really matter where. I don't know why I paused there, but it doesn't matter. And what you want to do here is just hold down the R button to use your rocket nozzle, but don't jump or anything. Just hold it down, and you'll get this effect. It'll just shoot out. So the reason, and do this as many times as you want until you have an empty tank preferably. The more you do it, the better the effect. So what this is doing is it's building up your propulsion. Like all these rocket jumps are counting as jumps. Normally when you jump off the rope, you lose all that propulsion. But if you can somehow launch yourself off the rope without losing that propulsion, you'll perform the Rocket Ghost Super Jump. Now, once you've gotten down as far as you want, you just continue walking along this rope, and a ghost will appear, because they always appear right here. So once he appears, you just want to stop and just let him hit you, and then you will perform the glitch. And watch in amazement. Boom! And as you can see, we are shot just thousands and thousands of feet into the sky because all that propulsion built up when we got hit. And if you pan the camera down, Mario is actually falling here. You can see the entire island, Delfino Island. It's a little like the image is a little messed up, but as you can see, there's freaking Penis Park over there. You can see the whole dolphin outline, Corona Mountain. Get the blue lens of truth. There's Rico Harbor, Delfino Plaza, Corona Mountain. And right now we are just thousands and thousands of feet above Bianco Hills. And as you can see, sometimes Mario hits invisible grounds and dies, actually, but it doesn't count you as dying. So if you just press Y to go into first person, that will fix that. That's going to happen a few times on the way down, so don't worry about it. And yes, you can actually use your nozzle here and like rocket jump and blah blah blah, but you can't land on anything, so pretty much just enjoy the fall, really. That's all you can do, and you're going to be falling for a long time. So I'm going to keep you here throughout this just because it's freaking awesome to watch, so... yeah, that's that. Oh my god, and it's amazing how far they actually rendered that. They rendered the whole island, like the fin and everything. I mean, a lot of it, once you go out, is not rendered, as you can see right past the water there, is not rendered in like Delfino Plaza. Oh, and there's Mario, by the way. He looks dead, and oh, he opened his eyes. I saw you. It's kind of funny when he lays there dead too. FLUDD is actually detached from his body. It's kind of weird. And you can just press a bunch of buttons. You can even dive here and just fuck around. It is possible to die. I think I've died doing this before, but it's not a big deal. And as you can see, we're getting a lot closer. Eventually, we are going to fall back down into Bianco Hills. Where? I don't know. Actually, I do know. Boom! And as you see, I rocket nozzle there, and it actually does put you up a little bit. So judging by the distance here, it looks like we're going to fall in that pit where Petey Piranha is the second time. And that, of course, would kill me. So that, I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. The water looks kind of dirty from here. I don't know why. Anyway, but as you can see, I hit a little invisible wall there, so I did the jump, and for some reason that gave me momentum towards the windmill, so that's awesome, so it looks like we won't die. But then I fall on this invisible platform wall here, but we amazingly get shot out, and boom! Just like that, we're back in Bianco Hills. So that's the Rocket Ghost Bianco Hills Super Mega Ultra Jump of Justice. It's pretty cool. But anyway, now we're going to move on. Going into Gelato Beach, this is where our third glitch is going to be. And this is the Gelato Beach Ground Pound Super Jump. 2 out of 10 difficulty. It's really easy to pull off, just a little bit of timing involved, but it's really not that hard. So you can pick any shine to do this and it doesn't matter. There is going to be a variant we're going to do next, but that one is shine specific. This one is not, so you can do any one. Now this one, as you can imagine, it's a super jump, so it is going to be similar to the one we did just last time, but it's executed differently, and the effect isn't as awesome as the Rocket Ghost Super Jump, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the goddamn Cataquacks. Those guys are just so annoying, even in post-game, even after we've frickin' beaten the game, you know. Okay, so now we're going to move on, and over here it's a good idea to kill all these Cataquacks. Maybe you can pick a mission without the Cataquacks over here, like Episode 6. I don't know, but if you just bounce on them, they'll stay down long enough for you to get done what you want to get done. And yeah. I think there's one more over there. Yes, let's kill him. So what you want to do is you want to come to one of these things where you, the secret one over here where you spray it. And what you want to do is spray it right until it gets to the brink of orgasm. And then spray it until it's about to orgasm. And then right as it's about to open, you want to ground pound on that exact spot. So most of you are visual learners, so I'll just show you what I mean. Oh, fucking Cataquack. Get away from me, dude. Get away from me, dude. Yeah, see, these guys do become annoying. Anyway, so you want to spray this thing right about till it's about to explode, and then you got to work on timing, ground pounding it exactly when it's going to blow, and boom! And then it will shoot you automatically so high into the sky because of the propulsion of the thing exploding and you ground pounding on it, and then the camera's going to flip out, and you're going to get this huge zoom-in view. So Mario falls so fast that the camera can't even keep up with him because you're ground pounding. Anyway, so we're going to cut ahead here to the second variation of this glitch. And this is called the Gelato Beach Ground Pound Yoshi-tastic Super Jump. And this is 2 out of 10. It's, you know, it's around the same difficulty. It's very easy. You just gotta work on the timing. It's a little harder to time with Yoshi, but not really. It's still very easy. It's the same general concept, but instead we're gonna be doing this with Yoshi. So you do have to pick episode 6. So we're gonna get Yoshi's fruit real quick. The only reason it's a little harder to do with Yoshi is because his timing of his ground pound is different. So he wants a papaya, and anybody who calls that anything other than papaya is a fucking retard. No, it's a papaya, dude. Papaya, papaya. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the papaya is, but it's over here with all the rest of the fruits. Anyways, the reason it's different with Yoshi is because it actually is easier, or harder because, no, not harder, I mean it shoots you higher because Yoshi jumps higher than Mario. By the way, bonus thing, if you spray that cash register, you get a 1-up. Not very many ways to get a 1-up in this game. And as you can see, 1-ups are super glitchy. It just went through the hut there, and now it ends up going through the wall, so I can't even get it. So it's like, what the hell? Yeah, 1-ups are kind of retarded in this game. But anyway, yeah, Yoshi jumps higher than Mario does, so by using Yoshi on this glitch, you actually jump a little bit higher. It's hard to tell, really, once you perform it. It doesn't really do much, but, you know, it's still cool to show, and it's relatively easy, so... I'm only going to be showing about 10 to 11 glitches in this episode. There are infinitely more, but there's about 100 more glitches, but they're all really small and don't really do anything, you know, that satisfying. I'm just going to be showing all the glitches that actually do something cool, you know, that you're like, oh, that's cool, that's awesome, that's useful. So, other than that, the rest of the glitches are kind of remedial, not really worth showing, so that's the only ones we're going to show here today. Anyways, this recording all in all took me about 3 hours to record the footage, so you can imagine how pissed off I would be if I actually was live commentating that whole time. I was getting very pissed off at this game, because a lot of this I'm going to cut out, obviously, of just failed attempts, but, you know, it's very... It would have been shitty commentary, I'll just tell you right now, guys. That's why I chose to do post-commentary. But, you know, it's better this way, because then I can explain it just one time and know that I'm going to be doing it the right time. So this is a lot easier because there's no Cataquacks over here, but pretty much you just do the same thing. Spray it with Yoshi's Juice, and then go to ground pound it when it's about to explode. Now, I messed up a few times here, but I'm just showing you. It is a little difficult to get the timing down. If you're not, especially if you haven't played the game in like 8 months like me, so boom, and then I think we get it this time. Yeah, there you go. And look, Yoshi, this time we actually, it shows us doing the ground pound and then does a super fast ground pound, so that's kind of crazy. I decided to do it again because I'm going to do it this way, and it's going to show a different view. It's not actually going to show us ground pounding, it's just going to do that camera glitch out thing like it did with Mario. So there are a few different ways it can outcome. See, so it's going to zoom up there, and then the camera's going to glitch out trying to catch up with us, blah blah blah. There it goes. And then it's going to zoom in. I just think this glitch is cool because it shows zoomed out like all of Delfino Island, and then it zooms in really fast. Anyway, this is our next glitch, the Under Delfino Plaza, and you can use this with your Turbo Nozzle, which is about 2 out of 10 difficulty, or a Belly Slide, which is slightly harder. So to do this, you can get your Turbo Nozzle, and what you want to do is go exactly where I'm going to go, Turbo Nozzle into the wall at kind of an angle, and just keep running in that direction. And boom, you'll end up under Delfino Plaza. Now, if you don't jump, you're going to instantly die once you go down there, so that's that. But if you jump around, you will actually stay alive, so that's that. Anyway, this is the next glitch, number 6, Seeing Stars in Pachinko. Now, this one's 8 out of 10. It's really, really difficult. What you're trying to do is we're trying to hover into one of these nails and then dive and get stuck into an infinite loop. Now, I do fail a lot here, but I spent about an hour on this one, but I'm just trying to show you how difficult it can actually be. And it expends lives, too, so it's kind of a pain. So as you can see there, you see those stars that shot out? Well, we're trying to get those to infinitely appear by Mario getting stuck in between the nail and the pachinko board, so... Anyways, going back to that last glitch, the belly slide one, what you can do is spray water and belly slide into the corner behind that guy's hut. Oh, here's a nice little glitch, too. It's like, yeah, I don't know what happened here, but it's kind of stupid. Anyway, the belly slide, you can belly slide into the wall and fall under Delfino Plaza. It's slightly harder to do than with the Turbo Nozzle, but ultimately not that much more difficult, so that's just something I thought I'd talk about. Anyway, mainly what you want to try to do is just bounce off the pachinko. You'll normally land right on this nail. And as you saw, I almost did it there. You want to just hover right up to that nail and then press B to dive into it. And most of the time, it'll work out. But that time it didn't. It worked a little bit, but sometimes it takes quite a few tries. As you can see, it took me an hour and a half here. I was actually on Skype with Argon while we were doing this, and we were both trying it out and like trying to figure out techniques. And sometimes you land up on that nail, which sucks, but you can just fall down here. And of course, I was pissing there like an idiot. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, so this one was probably one of the most frustrating ones, and probably one of the hardest glitches in the game, but definitely not the hardest. So I think we do it here. Nope, I think I do it on the next try. But, you know, I just kept a lot of this in just to show you how tedious this can actually be, because if I just show me getting it on the first try, it doesn't really look that hard, but it's hard. And the reality of it is you do end up dying a lot. I went from like 22 lives down to like 6 while doing this, so it's kind of a bitch. And there we go, I got it. So what this is, you can see why I called it Seeing Stars. You're infinitely running into the nail here, so it's just, I think this is my favorite glitch just because of all the, like, beauty of it. I mean, look at all those stars infinitely shooting out of Mario. And you can move the camera around here, do whatever you want. You can even press Y to go into first-person mode, and it'll look really cool. And eventually, if you just kept pressing the dive button, you'll get out of it. Now, as you can see, it looks like Mario's just, like, hanging on to the nail there. This is the first-person view, but he's not. He's just stuck there. So there you go. You can leave this on as long as you want and just see the stars infinitely shoot out of Mario. So that's one of my favorite glitches. I don't know why. It's really simple, really easy to pull off, but it's very aesthetically pleasing. So I think eventually, I mean, I'm just in love with this one, so I stayed in it in a long time, but eventually I just kind of press B to try to get out. There you go, and if you dive enough, you'll fall out and die. So that's that. Really cool glitch, one of my favorites. And you die. Dab oot, damn it. Alright, now we're going to move on to the next glitch, which is FPR, First Person Runner. This one's really easy to do, really simple. Pretty much just hold the R button down, not all the way, just slightly, like you're going to use the turbo nozzle, but don't use it. And if you get the camera right, you can actually run around in first person mode. The only downside is you can't jump, but you can run around in first person mode as long as you slightly hold down the R trigger. So this is really cool, just something I thought I'd show. By the way, First Person Runner, that's a real game type, by the way. You run in first person the whole game. It's pretty cool. And you don't shoot. There's no shooting. It's First Person Runner. Anyway, that's just something really fun to do, but eventually you'll get out of it if you try to jump or something. So that's that. Anyways, we're not going to cut here because we ended up going into straight away another glitch. And this is one of the hardest glitches in the game, probably the second hardest, the second hardest I'd say, and the most pleasing. This is Invisible Delfino Plaza. Now, I gave it a 10 out of 10 because it's not hard to figure out what to do, but to perform it is 100% luck-based, and it's very, very difficult. So what you want to do is get the rocket nozzle, come stand in the corner over here by the boat hut. And what you want to do is you want to rocket jump towards the door and just kind of slightly move forward while in the air. And what we're trying to do is land in this invisible part of the boathouse that's raised above the boathouse. And you can't see it, but we pretty much want to try to go in there, but it's above there. Once you get in there, you'll know what it is. And what you want to do is once you get in there, you want to dive and try to jump out of the boundaries because there are no walls once you get up there. But if you land in there and mess it up, you know, you're screwed. So I'm just going to show a few attempts here, and then eventually I'm going to show to what happens if you get in there but you don't dive fast enough. We're going to cut away to it just in a second here. Alright, so this attempt I actually get in the boathouse, but I don't dive out fast enough. So this is what it looks like, but I didn't dive out fast enough, so I just ended up in here. Now what happens is you walk out the door and you'll be back out here. Alright, so now I'm going to cut forward to this attempt, and eventually I'm going to get it here. There we go, you land in it and you dive, and then you land outside the wall, and you fall way down into Delfino Plaza. So that was all the way up in the sky. So this, my friends, is Invisible Delfino Plaza, and this is the coolest glitch in the game, in my opinion, and many others. Pretty much it's Delfino Plaza, but all the buildings and architecture are gone. The only thing that remains are like trees, boxes, piantas, fruits, sewers, and pretty much the ground and everything is gone. You can just see the ocean below you at all times. It's super beautiful and one of the coolest and most aesthetically pleasing glitches in the game. As you can see right through walls and see shines. It's really cool. It's kind of hard to navigate because the walls do still exist, but you have to navigate your way around them. So, yeah, and the shine gate's up there, the birds stay up there, the water's still shooting, there's still boats around. Just one of the coolest glitches, in my opinion, just one of the best. And something I want to show here, this is kind of a glitch, is there is a rocket nozzle box inside the bell tower here. I don't know if you'd classify this as the eastern or western, depending on your point of view. But it's actually, you can't tell, but that rocket box is actually inside the walls. There's no way you can get to it. So what I'm doing here is just kind of jumping around, showing you it from all the different angles. But for some reason, that fully rendered rocket nozzle box is just in the wall there. And I have no idea why it's there or what it's doing, but it's there, and it's totally weird. I have no idea why it's there, if they forgot to take it out, or what happened. I don't know, but it's there, so it's kind of cool. Just one of the big mysteries of Sunshine, you know, it's just what the hell. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just messing around. For this glitch, I'm just going to kind of show you around. It's really cool. You can just mess around and really do whatever you want. Just play normally. If you do go into a level or into a secret level, the pipes will be invisible, but you can still go in there. If you do go into any of those, it will reset the Delfino Plaza glitch, the Invisible Isle Delfino. But other than that, it's pretty free roaming. You can really do whatever you want. You can even get on Yoshi, as I'm going to show you here. I'm going to get a papaya. Papaya, yeah? So, unless you really know your way around Delfino Plaza, you're just going to have to use landmarks to kind of figure it out, but, you know, it is possible. So, what the glitch I'm going to show here is the Get Yoshi Underwater glitch. Now, this glitch is very, 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 very difficult. This is probably the most difficult one in my opinion. Now, you can do this without Invisible Delfino Plaza enabled, but to me it's a lot easier to do with Invisible Isle Delfino, and I'll show you why. So what you want to do is bring Yoshi over here by the, right next to the Shine Gate where the lady with the baskets is. Oh, and this glitch right here, this is the spray Pianta mid-conversation glitch. If you talk to a Pianta with Yoshi, you can spray him in the middle of the conversation by pulling the trigger. It's really simple to do, but just kind of a funny little thing. Not really a glitch, but it's funny. Anyway, so the Yoshi glitch, what you want to do is spin jump into the wall and then do the fuck you Yoshi at the tip of your jump. And sometimes it'll send Yoshi into the wall, which you don't want to do, so what you want to do is just try it again. And eventually it will send Yoshi down into the gate and below Delfino Plaza. As you can see, he's way down there. So to get Yoshi into underwater of Delfino Plaza, you have to basically do this, send Yoshi down there, and then go under Delfino Plaza yourself, find Yoshi without dying, get on him, and then jump into the sewers, or jump into underwater. That's really hard. So under Delfino Plaza, if you keep jumping around like this, you will not die. And if you find your Yoshi, there you go, you can get on him. So this is Get Yoshi Underwater glitch. And as you can see, I failed because I jumped into the sewers, so that's going to reset it, and you're going to have to try again. Now, I ended up trying this glitch for like 2 hours, and I could not get it to work just because it was so difficult. But if you can, all you got to do is once you get Yoshi, jump into the water, and you'll get him there. So I'm showing off this little glitch. I'm not going to give it a difficulty rating, but it's probably 10 out of 10. This is the infinite flutter jump. You got to dismount Yoshi and ground pound him really quick. I do it here like one time. I think this time I do it. Nope, next time. There you go. I did it twice in a row, but it's the infinite flutter jump. It's really hard to pull off, but it is possible. So that's all the glitches I really have to show for Super Mario Sunshine. A lot of them are really hard, and I didn't even pull them off. For example, the Get Yoshi Underwater, I think it's easier because you can find your Yoshi when it's Invisible Delfino Plaza, but otherwise you can still do it in regular Delfino Plaza. But it's not that rewarding. It's just Yoshi underwater, you know, just as if Mario was underwater. No big deal. Anyways, there are a lot of other glitches in this game, but none really worth showing. These are just the really cool ones that I wanted to show off. So this is officially going to end the Let's Play Super Mario Sunshine. This is the only bonus episode I have for this. But I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and watching me break this game to high hell. Once again, thanks to Argon Matrix for helping me find a lot of these glitches and showing me how to perform them. So huge thanks to him, and I hope you guys had fun watching me break this game. So that's it for Super Mario Sunshine. I enjoy this Let's Play so much, and I'm going to show you going into a world here. This resets it, so you can just jump in there. And by the way, something else really cool, last minute thing, is if you spray with Yoshi, you can spray behind Corona Mountain's smoke. It's kind of funny. Anyways, that's all I have to show for this bonus episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you resumed in my next Let's Plays.
Dum 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 dum.